Okay. Now, most of you out there are going to say, "Ha, you were wrong, Mr. Massage. Julian Assange is a hero of the masses. He's a hero of the people. He cares about us. He is there for you, for me, for everybody. Look what he said in front of the whole world media as he stood outside on the balcony there at the embassy of Ecuador. Oh, yes, he's the people's hero. Now, come on, cut the crap. Do you not see what just happened? He was very clever. He listed the countries that he thanks for their support. Some of those countries have awful records of human rights violations, I kid you not. But let's put that aside, because of course he's facing up. To who? The United States of America. Yes, the big superpower that's responsible for all the world's problems, or at least most of them, according to the world, according to Julian Assange. Julian Assange is not a hero, but you will believe he is till the last day of your life, unless you think a little bit. Think. Analyze his message. I did. You go word for word for word, and if you look at it very carefully, you can see how he was playing his game. Let me explain. Yes, he finally attacked Russia by saying the thing about the Pussy Riot girls. That way he's proving that he is for the people. He spoke out for the Pussy Riot girls in Russia, saying that they need to be freed. Well, even the Orthodox Church of Russia says they should be pardoned and freed, Mr. Assange. Oh, you are so clever, Mr. Assange. How you know how to manipulate other people. But notice that some of us are not fooled. Why? Why did you say things to make the United States and the United Kingdom and Sweden look so bad? Why did you talk down to those governments and societies that have their own difficulties, that are complex societies, because they are relatively democratic, Mr. Assange, unlike some of the countries that you didn't mention? And here is the proof in the pudding, Mr. Assange. You are a fake. You have an agenda to appear to be a hero to the masses. But you are no such hero. You may be a hero to some segments of humanity, but you are not, because I'll tell you why. You didn't mention Iran. You didn't mention Hamas or Hezbollah. You didn't mention the governments of certain countries that constantly spare no effort to attack Israel and the Jewish people. You have never spoken out for the poor Israelis. I'm not talking about all Israelis. I'm talking about the poor Israelis and the poor Jews of the world. The poor ones who suffer because of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. You didn't speak out in balance. You didn't say, I want peace for the Israelis and the Palestinians. And that is the most important question of our times, Mr. Assange. Had you said, I also call upon Israelis and Palestinians to set aside their differences and create a two-state peace. I support one voice movement for peace. I support combatants for peace. I support real grassroots, progressive, honest to God, good people on both sides, the Israeli side and the Palestinian side, and I want peace. But you didn't say that, because we know your connections, and if anybody does their research carefully enough, they can find your connections to the new right, to the new anti-Semites of the world. And that's the point, Mr. Assange. You say a lot of truth about one side of the world, but you totally negate to speak about the other side. You make it look like there's only one big monster in the world. Well, there isn't, Mr. Assange. Ultimately, it's people like you, opportunists, who exploit very sensitive and delicate situations where human lives are at stake. You are no hero, Mr. Assange. You endanger good, honest Palestinians and Israelis who want peace. You put their lives in danger because you postpone peace. You do not speak out in favor of moderate Israelis. You do not speak out in favor of moderate Palestinians. What you speak out for is to negate the truth about Iran and Hezbollah and Hamas with whom you have cuddled up. Yes, you have, Mr. Assange. What you are doing is criminal. But most people will see you as the hero because you spoke out for that poor American soldier who's locked up in an American military prison. Well, okay, maybe some of us feel bad for him too. But he had no business endangering international stability, international security, by revealing secrets from one side but not revealing the secrets from the other. And you, Mr. Assange, had no business revealing those secrets to the detriment of one side and the benefit of the other. You've created instability, and the fact that you have done so tells me that you are not a good person. You're no hero. Yes, you sound like a hero. Many of your words sound great. But they're not, because deep at their core, there is this negation of the fact that you support the Iranian government and you support Hezbollah and Hamas by not fairly and balanced saying something about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Not a single word during your speech in front of the people there who were facing the Ecuadorian embassy looking at you. Not a single word that you said that the world's media was covering. Not a single word was mentioned about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the need for a two-state solution. Why, Mr. Assange? You had that opportunity. That is the world's most dangerous conflict. That is the source of this massive conflict between us in the West and many people in this great 1.2 billion Muslim world. We need a resolution of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Mr. Assange, but you had that opportunity to say something, and you didn't. But you didn't do it by mistake. It was calculated, because at the core, Mr. Assange, you are an anti-Semite. You don't give a hoot about the Palestinians or the Israelis. You don't give a hoot about good Muslims and good Jews. Oh no, Mr. Assange, all you care about is looking like the big hero. And many people will be convinced by your speech that you are a big hero. Because they don't put the numbers together, they don't connect the dots, they don't look at your speech and analyze it carefully and say, wait a second, he listed these names of these countries as his ally, and he listed these names of these countries as his enemy. But no mention of the need for an Israeli-Palestinian peace. When every leader in the world knows that that is crucial for world peace and stability, for security. So, Mr. Assange, by omitting things, by not having mentioned things, you have shown your true colors. And anyone out there who doesn't see it, who does not see it, is a fool. I am not speaking in defense of the United Kingdom government and its current policies, nor against it. I'm not speaking in defense of the United States government and its policies, nor against it. I am speaking for peace, for responsible grassroots efforts to bring a peaceful resolution to the conflict between Israelis and Palestinians, which you, Mr. Assange, you, pretending to be a hero but you are not, deliberately did not talk about. Don't give me no bullshit, Mr. Assange. Oh, I couldn't have talked about that. That would have turned away many of my supporters, would be your excuse. Really? Oh yeah, you don't mind creating trouble by pretending to be a hero and turning entire superpowers against each other. But you mention nothing about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict or the need to resolve it peacefully. And that reveals the true nature of the wolf in sheep's clothing. And that's all I have to say to you, Mr. Assange. You have shown your true colors finally by the things you did not say, not by the things you said. And anybody out here who listens to this video, anybody in the world, in the media who listens to this argument, will see that it makes sense. Never mind that I'm wearing a wig. Never mind that I'm wearing and I'm trying to be Mr. Julian Massage, your nemesis. It doesn't matter. My words are truthful. And you, sir, are no hero. And you, sir, are a dangerous person for the reason that you pretend to be a hero to the masses when you deliberately fail to talk about a need for a two-states solution, for a Palestinian and Israeli state side by side in peace. That would solve a lot of the world's problems, Mr. Assange. It would improve the economic situation overnight. But no, Mr. Assange. You, like certain other conspiracy theorists who don't care about the truth, you, like certain conflict profiteering opportunists, will create a lopsided picture and make it look real because you introduce some truths, but you mix it with a bunch of lies because you hide the truths that should have been spoken when you had the opportunity. I said it. You've got the message. And so has anybody who listens to this video. And those who do not promote this video, who say they care about peace, are equally responsible for not mentioning the Israeli-Palestinian conflict when they have the whole media's attention, the world's media's attention in front of them. You, Mr. Assange, are no hero, and time will prove me right. End of story.